Okay, hey guys, this is Adri Theron, and I'm here to talk about the current Otome game I've been playing, which is Cupid Parasite, Sweet and Spicy Darling. So I completed Ryuki Keisaiin's route. Keisain. I'm probably not saying his last name correctly. I'm sorry. Okay, so Sweet and Spicy Darling is a fandisc to Cupid Parasite, the original game. Ryuki was a romanceable character in the original game, and this is more or less the fandisc is a pickup of the best ending from the original game, and you guys continue on. Something about Ryuki: he is half Japanese. He is a fashion designer. He is the Glamour Parasite because he's obsessed with like looking wonderful and having perfect skin. I know the word for I know the terminology for this. I don't know how to say a terminology, but he sees people as like colors, and if you're beautiful enough, he'll be like, oh, he'll like learn your name, and if you're not, he kind of doesn't. So he's a little bit of a jerk. So, Ryuki is also the younger love interest of both games. I believe in the first game he is 19. At the end of the epilogue, he turns 20. So he's going 20 into this game. There was a thing about, oh, he's underage in the last game. That just goes back to, in Japanese culture, it used to be that you weren't an adult till you hit 20. I think it's called like Hitachi Day or something, so it was a big deal. I do believe since this game originally came out in Japan that the age of adulthood was actually lowered to 18. So just FYI, he's not really a minor in how you probably are thinking of minor. So he's not like 16, he's not 14. That's not this type of game. So he's really not that young, but he is the youngest. Just to kind of give you a heads up, Ryuki from the first game was also probably like my least liked route. I just his whole theme is green, and green's really not my color, so like that didn't help. I'm not into fashion stuff as much. Now again, the art for him, very good in the first game, still freaking amazing in the second game. You do get to see Ryuki kind of like, I feel like you get to know him a little bit better in the fandisc than I did in the first game. So oddly enough, this is probably the first time this has happened, but I actually liked Ryuki's fandisc route more than I liked his route from the first game, which is kind of odd. And granted, this is my first fandisc that I've gone through. Sorry, Amnesia. Maybe one day I'll get to Amnesia later. So I don't really have a lot of data to say whether that's the norm for me or not, but with all the other routes for the fandisc, I still liked like probably the routes from the original game more so than the fandisc routes. The fandisc routes are more kind of like fluffy extra plots, whereas like the main game is the main game. That's what like their main story is, and it's super interested in. Like, the fandisc is a bunch of episodes. It's not as connected as easily, so it's. Eventually I'll do a video on a review of the entire fandisc. I'll probably go into that more there, but let's, I'm going to go back to Ryuki. He's very cute. Is it my favorite route so far? I think I liked, so far, like, Gil, Shelby, and Ryuki. I've enjoyed all their routes so far. Things I really liked about Ryuki's is like it has you go into Japan and stuff at the very beginning. That's really not much of a spoiler because you pretty much start the game over there. So there's a bunch of new backgrounds. I really like the art in this game. I really like the background art. So I really like seeing that. I like the characters, like the side characters that they introduce in his route. They're pretty entertaining. And you also, the only thing I didn't like is you get to see Ryuki being kind of like jealous and not in a cute way. And there's some things he does that I kind of was like, I've had similar situations in real life, so those were kind of a turnoff. But if you haven't had those things happen in real life, then it's probably not a big deal. But I was kind of very much like, oh, you remind me of an ex, and not in a great way. Your insecurity is not enjoyable. So, that's a little bit unfortunate. So, again, he is a younger guy, so it kind of goes into the trope of younger guy, a little bit more on the insecure side, a little bit more on the jealous side, because he just, I guess, doesn't have that experience. I guess, you know, he's 20, whatever, it's fine. So, I'm still probably expecting to, like, Raul, Alan, and Peter's routes significantly more than Ryuki, just because I liked the first game for them more. But was Ryuki's route fairly enjoyable? I really did enjoy it. It's kind of nice. You guys aren't married yet, so you're dealing with that. So I did like that. It's kind of like, so Shelby's route was you guys are already married, moving on. Gil was you're having a second wedding, but doesn't really super focus on it a ton. But then Ryuki's, you really see, you have a lot more about like the preparation for the wedding and stuff for his route. So I like that. So I feel like of the phases of being married to like honeymoon, all the routes are kind of hidden like different phases. So I enjoyed Ryuki's route, other than some of his like immaturity coming out. He does have endings, right? He has the sweet and spicy ending. He has the sweet ending and the spicy ending. He does not have a bad ending. And his spicy ending is actually really spicy. I really actually enjoyed that. I think it was the spicy. So let me so I did thoroughly enjoy one of his endings. All the CGs are good. So overall, I mean, so far, I've played through like 3 routes. I'm on video 3. I've been thoroughly enjoying the game. So I mean, again, I'm a big hey, you should port Otome games that get translated from Japan over here into English, or I don't know what other languages they get translated into, to be honest. But support the games if you want them to keep coming, and every year we're seeing more and more Otome's games get translated, so it's a great time to be alive if you like the Otome genre. But for the next route, I'm moving on to Marinice. I'm probably butchering his name, but it's kind of going to be what the next video is on, and eventually I will finish all the routes and then do a, hey, here's an overall the game review. So, if you've been watching, I appreciate it, and I hope you continue to watch. And I'll see you next time. I would love to hear your thoughts on whether you like this route, or if you're enjoying the game, or what, or not. Like, what do you think? I've seen some people on like Twitter saying they love it. I've seen some people on Twitter saying that they didn't. So I would love to hear what you think in the comments, or on Twitter, or hit me up and send me a message. You know, share the love and enjoyment. I'm always happy to talk to Otome people and gush over a husbandos. Anyway, that's it. See you next time, and bye-bye.